Alright guys, well, I'm back today with what could possibly be one of the absolute best large viewing window red dots for an AR or similar platform. This is the multi-reticle designed VOTATU large frame red dot, and this is a brand new offering from this company. Now, I've reviewed products from this company in the past, and they've always surprised me at the quality and performance for the price, and this one is no different. So they reached out to me and told me they had a new optic that they wanted me to try, and I said send it over so we have one to test and review. One of the biggest weaknesses of some of these larger frame red dots, especially on a budget, is they're actually not very sturdy or durable down at the range. So we are going to be testing that in a later part of this video, bringing back the old water bottle test. If you're unfamiliar, it's actually where we get a full bottle of water and beat the optic. We used to do this all the time on the channel. The last time we did it actually broke the optic, but a lot of them survive, and that's a good kind of intermediate test for durability. Now, this is truly competing, I believe, with maybe some of those Holosun models that have that large frame. Now, the window is not quite as large, but it does an amazing job, and it's incredibly clear glass. This also gets insanely bright. It utilizes a circle dot reticle system, and since it's a multi-reticle design, you actually get the choice between the 62 MOA dot, or you can get, the 62 MOA circle and dot combination, or just the dot, or just the circle. It also explains everything very nicely in the manual, and you can see that right here if you wanted a little bit more information about the circle dot reticle system. You simply hold down the up arrow and it cycles through the different modes, but it explains everything in there. Now, the other thing about a lot of these budget large frame window dots is the fact that they don't necessarily have shake awake technology, but this one does. So it has a motion activation or some type of shake activation technology built into the red dot, so when you pick it up it automatically turns on. Now, it's very hard to see the reticle system, but that's actually the circle dot. Now that's just the circle, and now that's just the dot. So it's very hard to tell on camera, and I may have got those wrong because I'm actually looking at it through the camera itself, but the dot gets insanely bright, definitely bright enough for all lighting conditions. This is also IPX7 waterproof rated with a side battery compartment and very easy to understand sight-in technology. It also has anti-glare serrations built into the top of the red dot, so if sun hits it right here, it's not going to glare or reflect back in your face. Also, that anti-reflective coating on the front is actually not like super crazy colored, and that's what leads to the ultra clear glass. This by far, hands down, is one of the nicest kind of high value budget competition red dots I've seen in a while. A lot of those tube style red dots with the 20 millimeter front lens are nice. They work great down at the range, but for competitions, you want a little bit wider field of view. So meaning if you have your head shifted left or right, you have a larger, more forgiving window for that dot to be, and no matter where that dot is, you're still going to hit your target. So this is a great opportunity. I've already bolted it up and taken it off, and it locks up rock solid. So it's got this spring-loaded mechanism right here. It utilizes 2 bolts instead of just 1. And I want to point out a couple of nice features about this that you don't really see in a lot of budget red dots. So this is an aluminum housing, but it's got steel helicoils embedded into the aluminum, meaning they actually put steel, these helicoils are a thread insert that goes into the aluminum, so you're running your screw into steel rather than aluminum. And all of these little simple nice touches are what you find on premium quality red dots, and even some of those don't have steel helicoil inserts, so it's nice to see that. One thing I wanted to indicate, though, is the battery compartment does not utilize screws to hold it in, but more of a snap seal that you have to pop out with this wrench right here. Now, it actually locks in pretty solid, so you don't have to worry about that coming out, but I did want to let you guys know, and you can hear the snap when it goes back in, and that is not coming out. We've already beat it around a little bit, but I did want to indicate that. Maybe a nice addition to, if they ever do it again, would be to add some screws, but I like the simplicity of swapping out the battery, although you're not going to have to do it much because it has up to a 5-year battery life with the automatic and motion technology built into the red dot. Now, this is a great red dot down at the range. It functions perfectly, and I've fallen in love with it, but the last thing we have to do is the water bottle and abuse test on this to really give it 2 thumbs up. And I forgot to mention, guys, this entire time, the price. I've been talking about it being a high value. A lot of its competitors are running right at about $300. This one is $180, but it's the lowest price in 30 days at 11% off right now, and it's a great time to grab it if it survives the water bottle test. It's down to $159.99 with free Amazon Prime shipping. All the linking will be in the description below. Now let's beat this thing up. Down at the range to do the water bottle test, and the first thing we're going to do is fire 3 shots on camera to confirm 0. We are right at about 35-40 yards. Then we're going to beat this up in a series of 3 beat downs and see if it shifts 0. Let's see the first 3 shots. So here are our first 3 shots. What I consider a pass is anything smaller than the size of my hand. So what I've done is actually beat these red dots so bad that they've shifted completely off paper, broke off the gun, lenses have fallen out, and batteries compartments have broken. So I've seen them shift everywhere. So anything smaller than the size of my hand is a pass. Anything smaller than the size of my fist is a complete pass, and that's very rare. It doesn't happen a ton. So I'm really excited to see what this can do. Let's take some shots. All right, guys, rifle's completely unloaded, and we are gonna start the beatdown process. Really smack it around on the top, on the sides. We're gonna put it through its paces to see if it can survive. First 3 shots. Keep beating it up one more time. Not gonna cut it any slack. I lost the water bottle. Gonna get another one. Hit on the backs, the sides, and we broke the water bottle. Oh man. Keep shooting. Felt like I might have pulled one of those, but we'll see. We are getting water on the lens, so that is kind of slightly distorting the view, but not bad at all. It's raining out a little bit. We're gonna not cut this one any slack. Man, I know a lot of you guys probably think this is funny, but this is how we started the channel a long time ago. So last 3 shots, I do this in one continuous shot. The optic feels solid, no wobble, the lens is still intact.
Let's check it out.
Yeah, that did absolutely awesome. I mean, you could tell a lot of those were like dead ringers. So anything smaller than the size of my hand, and then I said anything smaller than the size of my fist, that is a great result. Something like that is insanely impressive, especially when we consider a lot of those large frame budget red dots completely failed this test, actually bent, broke, or came off the gun. This is the first large frame window optic outside the HoloSun and EOTech that survived. And remember the price of this one, about 159. That is a great result. I am back from the range and I haven't been this excited about a budget red dot in a while. It hands down absolutely held up. Also want to give a huge shout out to Callaway Ballistics for donating ammo to help make this video. These guys are a huge supporter and they've got the code 704 Tactical for 5% off and free shipping on orders over $200, allowing you to get 9mm under $11 a box with free shipping. Remember, orders over 200 bucks, use that code. You can save yourself a ton of money, and their 223 works great down at the range. Guys, this is awesome. Grab it. I think they're going to sell out. It's very rare do you find an optic like this at this price with the specs and features that just works down at the range. It was insanely durable. Nothing walked loose. Nothing broke. The battery compartment was fine. We gave it a great beat down, and there were no issues whatsoever. Even while beating the optic, the lens is very protected with this hood over the front, which is a nice touch I didn't mention earlier, but did realize down at the range when I was beating it, the water bottle never came close to the lens because of this protected hood. The hood itself is actually reasonably thick enough to protect it from impacts, but not overly thick or boxy to prevent you from getting a wide field of view. It's a very open feeling red dot down at the range. It's easy to transition from target to target and engage your targets in competitive or personal defense situations, and it held up great. Even with rain and the water bottle kind of spray getting on the lens system, I could still make out the dot and engage my target. I love the fact that it is also a multi-reticle design that you can shift between 3 different options, and overall it was just great down at the range. Again, all of the information and linking will be in the description below. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one.